The Netherlands, a lovely small country in the west of Europe, where the sun is not always shining, but the people are mostly peaceful. The country with the beautiful capital city, Amsterdam, with all the lovely canals and the cultural activities. The windmills in the small villages where the people are so polite and hospitable. All the nice typical Dutch food. Think about the bitterballs, the sweets, and of course the cheese. The eye-catcher of the Netherlands, the royal family, this country comes across as relaxing and a nice place to live. Meanwhile, when all the birds are twittering and everyone is at work, there is also another side to this beautiful country. The Netherlands can call itself the European champion of drugs trafficking according to a European report. From all different countries in the world, drugs will be shipped through the Netherlands and mainly through the harbor of Rotterdam. Also, traders from all continents visit each other through Dutch contacts. Where a small country can be so long indispensable. Last year, a European report was published. The European drug market may think that the Netherlands is kind of a narco-state, assembled a polar version of Mexico and Colombia. Netherlands is not only the biggest drug producer in Europe, it is also the main hub for the global trade in cannabis, cocaine and heroin. Meanwhile, Netherlands is confronted, according to the report, by international and prolonged violence that accompanies the drug trade. The stakes are high. Europeans annually spend 24 billion euros on illegal drugs. A large part of that money flows through the Netherlands. The financial crisis has apparently had little impact on trade in narcotics.
In 2014, the economy grew by tens of billions, thanks to drugs and sex. The Dutch economy appeared to be more than 40 billion euros, bigger than we had thought. This is because the gross domestic product, GDP, is now calculated differently and also counts income for drugs and prostitution. So what is changing? The size of the economy of a country is usually indicated by GDP, the monetary value of all goods and services produced in a year in a country. It now also includes various illegal activities. These are based on estimates of police sources. GDP in 2010 was 586.7 billion so far, but after the change it rose by 44.7 billion, and the Netherlands rose 7.5%. And why did this change? In May 2014, Italy was reviled when it appeared that the prostitution and drugs was included in their calculation of GDP. But Italians stated that they did no more than comply with the European rules. In 2008, the United Nations had agreed to adapt their system upon a new international manual for calculating national accounts. The idea behind the changes is to eliminate the calculations of the size of the economy with the most modern knowledge and modern sources. Once in a while, the calculation method will be changed to the size of the economy and thus the crucial economic prefix GDP. In the Netherlands, this happened 5 times in the last 40 years. Are all the countries following this law? Many European countries, such as Great Britain, Spain, Italy, and Belgium, have already made the changes. But in 2014, there was only one country who refused: France. As you can see from the following pie chart, the added value in millions in 2010 in GDP is divided over the following illegal activities: 1,039 to cannabis, 540 to prostitutes, 317 to cocaine and heroin, 279 to fencing, 171 to gambling, 116 to smuggling, 103 to ecstasy, and 73 to illegal copying, which gives a grand total of 2,638 million to extra GDP.
Dutch people love taking stimulants. More than 50% of respondents to a survey aimed at drug users in the Netherlands said that they had taken MDMA in the past year, making it much more popular than cannabis. The country is also big on producing pingers. 2.4 million ecstasy tablets were seized in the Netherlands in 2012, the largest haul of pills ever intercepted in the European Union. In the end, let's not forget, innovation is essential in any economic sector. From the realization seem convinced the Dutch drug offenders. They have ambition, finding clever use of new techniques and look to the future. Even the drugs that are sold on the internet using well-hidden platforms affects a substantial part of the Netherlands. So long tradition Dutch trade continues unabated.